Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it the other way around. Hey guys, it's times like this that I'm reminded that I need to get either an extension or a camcorder that has a flip screen. So, as you can probably guess by the fact that I am wearing a new cosplay, this is a new cosplay video. I just got this today. I was going to make a butt ton load of cosplay TikToks with this, but I haven't even got any makeup on. So much happened, so much with this cosplay is a bit weird that I feel I need to discuss this with you. I'm still going to wear it, and it's going to feed into my cosplay review, cosplay repair, fix kind of story. Because I am doing that. Ahsoka's just difficult. Also, if you remember, when I filmed the last Ahsoka one, I then had to go to surgery, got COVID, and got really sick. So this was something that I bought to do photo shoots in, because I have started doing photo shoots again. Admittedly, I need to tone up, I need to slim down again, but that's not the point about this. This is a cosplay review. So I'm gonna kind of take each piece off individually and show you the issues that I have with it and what may need to be fixed. Excuse the wig. This is just a general all-purpose wig. It needs detangling, it needs washing. I need to get some sleep so I don't look like a panda, but I'm gonna start with the wrist straps. Now I actually really like these. The only issue I have is I can't really, like I'm either too fat or too thin. I can't decide which. I sized up this time, so I went for a size, I normally go medium, but Ahsoka's was a bit tight, as was Padme's, so I went large this time, and this time it does fit. But there is some really, even with a large, there is some really weird sizing issues, which makes me wonder if it's me, or if like, the industry as a whole is just weird. So bear with me as I try my best to explain everything. So, these bits here, you can see this is how her like wrist strappy things attach, so that you can, you know, change this maybe in the future, I don't know. So the actual bracelets themselves, I'm not going to thread it. In fact, I have one somewhere. It's on my other wrist, I'm an idiot. This is really solid, I like this. It's a really good, these are really well made. Really nice, there's no give in them. They're really solid. I've pulled these about already, so really stress test these already, and I really like these. These are good quality. This bit I will never change, other than maybe dirtying it up a bit, because that's what cosplayers do. We distress shit when it doesn't really need to be distressed. Okay, so bear in mind, this is what it's supposed to look like. This bit is lovely. It needs a bit of work. It needs to be maybe distressed little. Listen to the ASMR. Anyway, it needs to be distressed a bit. It needs to possibly be worked a bit. But the bit that most needs work is the insides here. Now what they've done, it's a bit poor. I'm not gonna lie, but I actually still really like, I know what they've tried to do, but, and this was a cheap cosplay, I'm not gonna, well, I say cheap. Cosplay is never cheap, but it was a cheap cosplay. So this cost me about £100. It was on sale, but anyway, it's a cheap cosplay. It's not one that I've gone to get custom fit, so there was going to be issues, I knew that. Now very clearly, they've made this on wire. I don't know if you can see. Yes, you can, there you go. The wire runs all the way through. That's really cool, that's fine. The inside bit is what I have a problem with. These bits here, these long bits that you can see, they are where the whole thing connects through, which is fine, but they don't need, I shouldn't really be able to catch myself on them or see them the way that I can. These bits here that are wonderful. They should be attached with hot glue, as you can see. One, this hot glue is terribly, terribly done. And this is not on this particular one. Now these are supposed to be, I'll show you what it's supposed to do. In fact, you can see it on the inside of the one where I was actually wearing it. I've just realised I'm starting to take this off and I haven't taken any photos yet. So this is the way it's supposed to be on the inside. So this should be able to connect here, okay? I'm just going to show you. In fact, I don't need to try and damage this. Okay, this is the branch. Can you see the issue here? And the other side won't even come off. So this is... No. Okay, so this needs fixing. The braces would be the first thing I would fix. Now, how would I fix the braces? Well, the first thing I would do... Right, you know what? Guys, you're going to have to deal with me taking my wig off. First thing I need to do for this cosplay is get a decent wig. I love this wig, but she needs a wash and some maintenance, which... There we go. I have reddish hair anyway. I need to re-dye it, but I have reddish hair anyway, so we can pretend that I'm Natasha Romanoff from Endgame with the slightly... No. I pulled out everything. Anyway, let's carry on, shall we? Right, okay, so... First thing I'm going to do with these is I'm actually going to take these bits off, completely take them off, and I'm going to get a leather covering to go over the inside. One, it will allow these to still keep their shape and move, but it will also protect any fabric that I have underneath from these bits. I will then probably do something very similar to this, but I will attach it to the leather that will be underneath with leather strips as well as glue, okay? And now, because I promised someone that I would take photos, I'm going to take some photos before I continue this review. I'm going to put this back on. I'll be back. Okay, and with that out of the way. Whoo, fun and games. What we do for YouTube, yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do with these. I might do this cosplay first because as much as I love Ahsoka, I'm having some real difficulties trying to figure out what to do with her. Whereas this one, I've already come up with stuff that I'm going to do. Now, the gloves, I actually really like the gloves, surprisingly. They're quite small, and they do have some, I don't know if you can see, but there is actually some stitching coming. Ah, there it is. Stitching coming away already. But, I'm getting messages while I'm doing this saying, try that with the red wig. And I'm like, so I may actually completely get a new pair of gloves, because while these are cool, I actually really prefer proper leather gloves, because these are, like I said, they're really cool, they're nice, they're a bit shiny for me, and I don't understand why these panels are here. So I may go watch the film again and see what I can work out, and obviously this bit. But until then, these are really nice. I actually, you know, other than completely getting a new cosplay, you know, new pair of gloves, which I may do, these will do until, you know, it's not, unlike this, which is pretty key, these are pretty good to start with. It is being one of those wonderful tech-based days where everything I'm doing is going wrong. I did another photo because I got someone asked for what it would look like with the red wig again. This one has a habit of slapping me in the face. We're gonna have to do something about that. Anywho, next step, the gloves aren't coming off because one, they were actually quite hard to get on. They do not have any stretch or give. It looks like they do. That is not enough to get it off my hand. My fingertips are going a little bit pink because of that. So, next bit. I'll take off the shoulders and then look like I'm a potato in a sack. Anyway, now I actually really like these shoulders. They need a little bit of dirtying up, the shoulder pads. They need a bit of griming up, maybe just some like a tiny little bit of work doing on them. But I really like the shoulder pads. What I do not like about the shoulder pads is the fucking elastic. So this elastic, if this is designed for a larger person, this is the size of a small person, okay? I can get these up to here on my arm. Now you can see that that is already cutting off circulation, and I cannot move my arm very well without it doing more damage. So either I am incredibly fat, which technically I suppose I am according to cosplay standards. I'm learning to live with this fact. Sorry, yes, you can see my dressing gowns. I'm in my bedroom for a change. Shush. Anyway, so yeah, that is going to be something I am majorly going to fix, because it's going to take a lot to bounce around and do anything with my shoulder pads when they flap all over the place. I used to do combat training and I used to wear shoulder pads, or pauldrons as they are typically called. And if they weren't hung down, clipped down somewhere, they would smack you in the face, kind of like this glove, this wristband was hell-bent on doing. And it would fucking hurt. There is nothing worse than getting slapped in the face with a piece of leather followed very, very quickly by a sword. You can find that out for yourself if you want. It really fucking hurts. Anyway, I will be cutting this or supplanting it with different elastic, slightly thicker elastic, because clearly my arms are the size of, look, this is so loose. So this is something that really bothers me, okay? I am but anyway, for a large, if I ordered a medium, I wouldn't be able to move my shoulders. However, if I do this just bunches up incredibly awfully all around the arms, except the neck hole. Look, if I do the neck up, it chokes me. Which, you know, some people might like that thing, but I do not like being choked. Well, we're not going into kinks. This is not what this video is about. Anyway, TMI, right, guys? Oh, the button's a bit stiff, which is... I can't even grab the zipper. Anyway, I really do like the piping on this. And I'm gonna, sorry guys, you're gonna get a shot of my boobs. I'm really sorry, please don't report me. But you can see the piping is really neat. And it even matches up on both arms. Oh, and the back. Is there? Yeah, there is. I knew there was some on the back. But yeah, the actual detailing on the jumpsuit, this, my friends, it is beautiful. It is a thing. Come on, stand. Oh, fucking. It's technical difficulties Saturday, of course it is. It is a thing of beauty, and I'm going to keep stroking it, and I'm going to look obscene, and I am so sorry, but look at the piping. I adore the piping, it's so pretty. Anyway, there is something about this that I do not like. I do not like at all. Okay, I have just put this on today. I'm gonna have to bring this down. We are at the lower body portion. Looks quite nice, right? Look at the butt. The back paneling. It is stunning. The belt, it is beautiful. This is stunning. But something that is not stunning, and I can't bring the stand down anymore, is the knee pads. Now they look good. They look good. They look good. Please bear with me. They look amazing. They look really nice. But first things first, where the fuck do they attach? This is an armor. It's a shin pad without anything. And as you can see, I put this on. The other one's fine, by the way. Oh no, the other one is not fine. Yeah, so already the stitching on the knee pad has come away. So I either need to... Let's come back up while we're having this adult discussion, and then we'll go back down to belt level when we're discussing the belt. So the knee panels, I'm thinking I'm going to completely remove them from the actual jumpsuit. Seems weird, probably against the actual way the costume works, but I'm going to remove them. I'm either going to then apply Velcro to both the knee, 2 points at the knee. So there's your knee, so that's your knee. You're going to put one here and one here, and then you stick the two together. Or I'm going to re-stitch them. But I'm going to re-stitch them with high tension thread, not just sewing thread, which is clearly what they've done. I may even completely rework them and add really thin craft foam to the behind of it to give it some fucking, some kind of form or substance. This cosplay was more expensive than both my Padme and Ahsoka cosplays. I mean, it is really pretty. I really like it, but there's so much wrong with it, which makes me a little bit disappointed. But it's still good. It's still good. I've got to stress that for the price that I paid, I am happy to have this cosplay. The fact that I have to work on it is fine, okay? I can do this. In fact, this is going to be the cosplay that I start my cosplay series, my Fix a Store-Bought cosplay with, because I love my Ahsoka and I love Padme, but I'm terrified of wrecking them. I am not terrified of wrecking this. I don't know why. I love Black Widow. She's always been my favourite Marvel character, even way back in the comics, because she was a femme fatale and a proper bitch. I loved her. So I don't know why this doesn't stress me out as much, but maybe it's because Ahsoka is actually my comfort character and I relate to her a lot, whereas Black Widow I don't so much because she's a badass and I am a wimp. We're not quite belt level. Now we're belt level. Okay, cool. So, as you can see, there is this really fancy belt with holsters. I have been looking for a holster set like, ooh, I have a jiggle, for ages. So you know what? These aren't terrible. I'm not upset with these. The belt buckles, like, I get why they're so loose, but again, this is another sizing issue for me. So if I got the medium, it would not fit, okay? It would have 2 holes, too tight, and I got the large, like I said. And these are on the last setting, and there is still way too much looseness on this. So they seem to get this weird thing about sizing where it's either too loose or too fat. Too loose or too tight, no matter which sizing you get, and I'm confused by this fact. So anyway, let's carry on. So the belt, as I said, it has really good buckles. It's got really long... It has a really good buckle. It actually works. It's not Velcro or anything like that. The only issue is, as we've seen, is that there is not enough holes on this. Now that is actually really easy to fix. I can put a couple more holes up here and then alter that so that it works. And then I'm going to cut this bit shorter because one, it needs a proper finished edge at the end, so it's not so long, because I look at this flaps around like no one's business. We don't want this to flap around. That makes it uncomfortable to go to cons and do anything else with. So we are gonna actually have to cut this down a bit. Let's get this off. Okay. Because, ow. Now that we've got the holsters off, I can take off the belt and we can go back up to head height. So yeah, the holsters themselves are pretty cool. I think they just need some neatening up, and I mean along the edges and things. And I need to find the perfect size for the toy gun that actually goes in here, because it's got 2 sections. And I'm not sure if that's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it isn't. In fact, look. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be there. So they may need a bit of work and a bit of tidying up more than anything else. Tidying up on the holsters themselves. I'm finding some toy guns that will actually fit in here. Okay. The next section, and I absolutely adore this piece of this cosplay, is the actual Black Widow belt piece. Now, I can tell that these are 3D printed, and they have actually been finished quite nicely, and they've been painted quite nicely, and that's an acrylic panel right there, which is quite nice. I would probably dirty this up a bit, and that's about as far as I'm gonna go. I keep hitting the light switch thing, so apologies about the random freaking bouncing. I'm not in my normal recording room because I was doing some ironing earlier. And you guys don't need to see an ironing board and clothing in the background. Now it's secured with this belt loop, just Velcros, which is pretty cool. It works. It is a perfectly functioning belt. It may just need some neatening up. And now that I've noticed it's not straight, it's gonna bug the fuck out of me. But also the settings for the belt are really strong. Look at that. Ooh, I've just noticed though, we're missing one. So I may now have to replace that. But that should be easy to do. That should be easy to sort. So there we go. That's kind of cool. But it's attached. It's properly attached. It's really nice. Really good. Really happy with that. And then if I can get the whole thing to just behave. The final addendum to this cosplay, other than having a wonky phone camera, Jesus, is these little pouches. Tiny, oh wait, that was something I didn't show you. Okay, anyway, tiny little pouches. They're okay. Oh, they are badly finished though. Look at that. Look at that mess. So, I am not going to say that I will not redo these completely out of a new fabric. In fact, what I may do is take these apart, extend the fabric slightly with a different type of fabric, and just neaten them up a bit. That's what may happen, because I didn't even put these on with my attempt at the start of the cosplay. So there's 2 of these. And the final thing that I didn't mention, un backpack. I'm pretty sure this has, I haven't watched all the way through the film now, bear in mind, I do want to, but I have trouble dealing with new films. I'm not going to go into that here, that's not what this is about. Anyway, this is supposed to be a backpack. It's really poorly finished, and I do want for all of my cosplays that I'm going to go to con in, and I'm going to go with all of my store-bought cosplays at some point, upgraded so that, you know, I can show people that you can do that kind of thing. This will become where I will store like my wallet and some of my purchases, obviously not all of them. And yes, there will be, actually this will probably be my wallet one. I will make some more of these for my wallets and stuff. But anyway, this is a storage backpack. I will probably, again, extend it, cut it open, reinforce it so that it actually has something that it can do and it doesn't just fold in on itself. And yeah, we'll go from... There is no red on this fucking cosplay. So, there is red, but it's not got any red stitching on it. So, do I like this cosplay? The answer is yes. Do I think it was worth the money? The answer is yes. Am I still disappointed in some of the way that this turned out? A little. But then again, I was never going to be able to walk into a store and get something this detailed and in this good condition in where I live. So, for that matter alone, I am really, really, really happy with this. It gives me some work to do on a cosplay. Yes, it's been pre-bought, but the issue I have, anyone who's been watching me try to make Jade knows that I get, one, distracted easily, but also when I have setbacks, I can get quite despondent. Comes from being a perfectionist and being told that you had to be perfect when you were a child, otherwise you were worth nothing. Still haven't quite got through that one. So having something like this to work on is going to be amazing because it gives me a starting point, gives me something to expand on. No, I will never be able to take this to a masquerade or a cosplay competition. I'm okay with that. That's absolutely fine. I have always been terrible at making bodysuits. This is okay. This is fine. This isn't the issue. It's just, I want people to realise that if you want to cosplay and you don't want to start by like completely starting from scratch because you don't feel you can, I want to be able to prove to you guys that you can go out and buy a cosplay, learn what you need to learn from your store-bought cosplay and then just make it better. And then eventually you will feel confident enough to go and make your own. And that's what I want to do. So we are going to do this. Unlike Ahsoka, where I got incredibly sick and said I was going to do it and then never did, we are going to do this one. It is going to be one of my primary videos, other than the stuff that's requested by my patrons. Again, useless plug, I don't normally do this, but if you are interested in getting your own videos made, link down below, go have a look. Also, if you're interested in seeing the photos, link down below. Yes, so that's that, I think. I'm gonna go get some food and tidy the fuck up. So take care, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.